Alright guys, so it's Reggie again. This week I'm gonna talk about stories. Hold on. Is the thingy working? Yeah, I think it's working. Anyways, if I'm really loud, I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to this new, headset and everything. But anyways, so, at least I hope it's using my headset. I don't know how to check if it's using my headset. Do 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 do. Hold on, guys. Oh. Oh. Well then. But then I can hear myself. Huh. Well then. Give me a sec, guys. I think I don't want to hear myself though. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So, anyways, this is my new headset. He's got a microphone, everything. Anyways, so this week we're gonna do story, kind of, sort of. Can't really get that far into it as still trying to figure stuff out. Hold on. There's gotta be something. Hmm. That way I can't hear anything. Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that is set to recording, and it is getting my voice. So, what happens when I go put do that? Da 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 da. I'm trying to see something. That still seems to be pretty loud there. You guys have to tell me what sounds better. But that still seems to be pretty loud. So, and it still says it's reading it here. You guys can't see what I'm looking at, but that still says it's reading fine. I don't have to hear myself. All right. Anyways, so this week's going to be stories, and it's going to be small because I don't want to talk too long and get too winded. But anyways, so I've been doing this vlog every week. And we've gone over characters and battle systems and levels and progression systems. Those are kind of two of them are mechanics of the games. This week I want to talk about story. And what I mean by story is, what drives a person to play through the story of your game? Is it, because they're pissed off that something happened and they're really emotionally invested in the character? Is it just because they need to get to the next level? You know, or is it because there's an awesome dragon that you really want to take down? Do you just want to explore the areas? What drives the story in your game? And so when you make a story, make it around one character or a set of characters. Normally about 2 to 4 characters is what you want to set your story around. And set the main part around them. And then expand from there. And, see, talk yourself through the story in your head, and see where it goes in your head and see if it seems like something that, you think other people would play, you would play, through. Is it catching? Does it invest you in the characters? Does it invest you in the mechanics and the lore and all that stuff? Because if it doesn't, then it's not worth it. You can have an awesome world setting and a shitty story. Trust me, there are games like that. They have this awesome world setting and it's great, but then they have a shitty ass story, and so you don't want to play it. It just feels like you're not achieving anything. And it also goes to the same in reverse. You can have a great story and a shitty lore and world setting and shitty explanations, and again, same thing happens. It ends up being a shitty game. So, you want to develop the story and the world and the lore kind of all together. For instance, I'm working on a project. I won't say the name of it or anything. But anyways, it's about a princess. And so we're going to have to, center the story around this princess. And, and about the stuff that happens to her. I can't get into detail. But anyways, so, the story really needs to be heavily centered around her and what happens. If it's not, then it'll get away from the character, you won't be as deeply invested in her and maybe some others. Some of the games that I'm working on, Suikoden and Ace is a fan project that I'm working on, and stuff happens to the main character. I'm not gonna exactly say what, because that would kind of ruin it. But stuff happens, and it gets you emotionally invested in her and in her story, and that's kind of what you need. You need people to be invested in the story. And whether that's, a pre-made character that has a great personality and stuff happens to, and you really get invested in them, or if it's a funny comical character that you're just like, this is great. I haven't gotten to Avion 4 yet. When I do, the main character's name is Boyle. I will go ahead and tell you guys this. And he's an ex-villain. He's a defeated villain, actually. And he's great because he's so hilarious. I love him as a character because he's a villain, and you play as him, and he's great because as you go through the game, you do start doing heroic stuff. I won't say what heroic stuff. And Boyle, every time you do something heroic, he's like, I'm not a hero, I'm a villain. And slowly, over time, I'm starting to see his character, change. In one of the instances that I did earlier with him, he was praised as the hero for, saving this village. And he was like, no, I'm not a hero, but he kind of also liked being praised. And, and you read, this quest board early on, and he's like, oh, that's what heroes do, I'm not going to do that. And one of the other characters says, well, you get rewarded for it. He's like, wait, so I get rewarded for something I would already, go around, killing these enemies anyways. So I was like, sure, why not? So over the course of the game, I do believe he's going to become a hero. He'll go from a villain to a hero. And it's very comical the way this is happening, because he's very much still trying to stay vested in his villainness when it's just not working at all. And it's so incredibly funny. I can't wait to get to that game, but I've got to finish Airman's Prophecy. Right now I'm fighting some copyright claims on the 3 and 4 parts of Airman's Prophecy that I put up. Even though I have complete permission from Amanda Finch, she has given me complete permission to do the Let's Plays of the games. I, still have to fight this copyright bullshit. YouTube. But anyways, so back to the stories. If you don't have a good story that immerses the people into your world, makes them feel connected to the characters and to the world, it's not gonna work. I guess it's just kind of a little bit about story and the world and, lore. Definitely think about your lore. Are you going to have gods and goddesses? Are you going to have spirits? Are you going to have magic? Are you not going to have magic? Is this going to be a sci-fi game where you have biotics? Where you have alien races? are you going to have different races other than just human in your game? If so, what are those races? Are they going to be unique? Are they going to be, elves and dwarves and orcs, stuff that we've already seen? Or are they going to be something different that you've made it up? You have to explore that stuff, because if there's going to be more than just humans, you have to give a reason for the other races in your game. You need to make a backstory for, those races as well, and the humans, And you need to create, even if just a rough drawing of a map, that way you have some idea of what the land looks like, and where the rivers are, and the bodies of water, and even where the cities and towns and dungeons are. That can be a big help to you before you even start mapping it out really nice. So think about it. Are there going to be mountains? Are there going to be forests? Are there going to be deserts? Are there going to be lakes? Are you going to get on a ship and go to sea? Is it different islands? Is it just one big island? You need to think about this. In the Suikoden Ace game, it's a desolate mountainous region, and that's quite literally what I'm making it. I'm making it seem like it's dying, and there's a reason for it in the story, and that'll be explained. But anyways, you've got to sell the story and the world and the lore. You've got to sell why the people are there. If it makes no sense, it's not going to work, okay? And whether, it's a preset character or you have a character generator and, you let the person pick their character and their name, and so they're a little bit more invested in that character because it's theirs, and, for one of my other games, you can choose male or female, and depending on what you choose, the dialogue options are very, very different. And I did that so that way the players would be more invested because it's almost a completely different story each time because it's a complete different telling. So, make your characters memorable. Don't just have the same bland characters. Give them a unique personality, a unique backstory. Make them whatever you want, but, make them fit with the story, One of my most memorable characters has maybe a paragraph to his background. You don't know anything about him. And I think that, some characters work great like that. He kind of looks like a Grim Reaper, and he's in Suikoden 3, and you literally get him by running around in the forest and having a blank party. And it's very random. It can take you 15 minutes. It can take you 2 hours. I've had both instances of this. The first time you got in my party, I was like, oh my goodness, who is this person? Why is he in my party? And then my second playthrough, I was like, oh my god, his name is Landis, by the way. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's Landis. So I'm going to pronounce it Landis. But anyways, it took me 2 hours of running around this forest to get him. And then I got him. I was like, alright, I'm good. I don't know, what the inspiration was for him, because you have a detective service in the game, and you can have them get more info on the backstory of the characters. Literally, they can't find shit out about this character. So I've always wondered, was Landis a last minute throw into the game because they needed a last character because there's 108 characters in the game, kind of thing. But even a throwaway character like that, you can make really, really interesting and intriguing because you don't know anything about him. You're like, oh well, maybe in the next game we'll know more about him. Maybe he's a spy. Maybe that's why we don't know anything about him. You don't know, and it's great. So you can have a mysterious character that you don't know a whole lot about. You can have a character that you find out more as the story goes on. That's fine. But again, make your characters memorable. Maybe you have, Boyle, for instance, is a very comic relief character. Yeah, one of the other characters, Mist, she's very serious. And so, you have a serious person and a very almost comic relief character in Boyle, because I laugh every time I play the game because I'm like, really, just fucking accept that you're gonna become a hero. But yeah, so there's that. But have at least one serious character, to keep everything down to earth. Now that can be your main character, that can be a side character. It doesn't really matter. But have a serious character, and then have like one comic relief character that, gives the player a little bit of like laughs and giggles. That way, it's not too serious and doesn't feel like a dredge to play. Because some games that are really serious, you're just like, don't really want to play. This is too serious. There's nothing funny. Like, for instance, Dragon Age Inquisition. It's a very serious game. Except for Sarah. She is crazy, and I love it. Because she's the comic relief character in the game. Like, you talk to her and you're like, you make no sense. And she's literally there because you need comic relief in, like, even if you don't like her, that's why she's there. She's there to make you be like, the fuck? Because you need a comic relief character. If you don't have one, then the game's gonna it's just gonna feel very stingy, and like it's not gonna give the players, they'll get in and play it and they'll be like, and they'll dredge through it, and then they might stop and be like, nah, man, I can't do this. And so, have a comic relief character in there. Maybe they can't talk to them all the time. Maybe they can only talk to them in instances. But, give them some comic relief. And even if it's not a character, put comic relief moments in the game. Like, for instance, again, with Dragon Age Inquisition, after you kill a dragon with Iron Bull, and you go and you drink with him. That's great. And if you do the romance thing, I find this incredibly hilarious. Cassandra comes in, and she's like walking up to your room as Iron Bull is walking out. Mind you, I'm playing like a dwarf female character, so short redhead, because Iron Bull likes redheads. And he tells Cassandra, because Cassandra's like, is the Inquisitor in? And he's like, no, they're dead at rest. And I just busted out laughing at that instance, because I thought that was hilarious. So, even if you don't have a comic relief character, put comedy moments in the game, so that way it's not too serious. It doesn't seem like, this is hard for me to play because every moment's serious. There's no, like, a little bit of relief in between the seriousness. So, I mean, there's that. And, yeah. Also, don't ever think that you just can't do something. Because you can. Trust me. I have swapped careers and done so much stuff, and this is just kind of a vlog of everything, I guess, because I just wanted to talk to you guys. But, like, I play video games, I'm doing YouTube, I make video games, I'm also going to college full-time, and I have a job in an office, because I just recently switched careers to an office job, and now I might be getting a computer job, so don't let people say, oh, you can't do this, or you can't do that, you're not good enough to do this. Don't ever think that. If you like to draw, draw. If you like to write, write. If you like to sit around and make video games, do it. If you like to do YouTube, do it. Don't care if you don't have a whole lot of subscribers. It doesn't matter. Do what makes you happy, alright? And even if you're not making money off of it, yeah, have a full-time job to pay the bills. But, on the weekends, when you're not busy, and, after your house has been cleaned and laundry's done, sit around and, if you want to sit and record your YouTube videos and that makes you happy, do it. If you want to sit around and play video games and record that, do it. If you just want to sit around and play video games, do it. If you want to hang out with your friends, do it. If you want to sit around and just draw or read or write, do whatever makes you happy, okay? In your spare time. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've heard it so many times from so many people say, oh, well, you can't do this, or, oh, well, you can't do that. Not, like, directed at me, but, directed at other people. And, and I've had people think that because I'm a woman, and I hate to say this is a stereotype, that, it's still really a big stereotype, and I hate it, that, females aren't that big into games when, yeah, they really are. We like games. Yeah, we'll deal with playing a male character. We would love to play a female character, but we'll deal with playing a male character if we like the game. Like, I like Drake's Uncharted. Yeah, I play as a dude. I don't care. I still like the game. And I've played a lot of games where I play as a dude. Most of the Final Fantasies you play as a dude, and I'm okay with that. I like every now and again when I get to play as a chick, or even get to make my own character. But, people seem to forget that, there are a lot of females that actually play video games. And they like it, and they love video games. Whether it's, Harvest Moon, or Dragon Age, or Suikoden, or, whatever floats your boat. Final Fantasy, Tales series. you know, and so a lot of women are kind of scared to get into the computer and the technology and the sciences and the math because it's not a women's career, it's not a female career. Do it. If you love computers, if you love programming, if you love math, if you love science, if you love, doing that kind of stuff, do it. I love making video games. I love sitting around. Actually, my favorite part is just making the maps. Because I love it. I love making the story and the world and the characters and some of the characters and the maps. I love the maps. So like, and you can look on the forums and people like all over. And generally, people are really supportive. So don't ever get yourself down. Just do what you love. Yeah, have a full-time job to bring home the money to pay the bills. But do what you love. And if your job's really boring, deal with it. But maybe put in applications for a job that maybe is more in line with what you really want to do. But until then, deal with a boring job or deal with a job that pisses you off, so you can pay the bills. You know, and if you'd like to, if you need to write to get all that emotion out, or you need to play a video game, do whatever you need. Don't go kill anybody, but if, go work out. Go play a video game, get all your aggression out on that. But don't go around breaking stuff or killing anybody. That's not what I'm saying. Maybe watch some funny videos on YouTube that'll make you laugh and make you forget about the stupid day you had at work or something, or the stupid idiot you had to deal with at work. So, I know this was supposed to be about video games only, but I guess I'm just, getting all my thoughts out there because I really haven't done this. I've had a really great day because I'm getting married in September, and I got my wedding dress, and I had a really great interview, and I'm crazy because I'm working on like 5 projects right now, 3 of my own, and 2 others that I'm mapping for. I think I'm going to be crazy by the end of the summer. And I'm also doing like YouTube, so. And like I have 5 subscribers. 5, okay? So I don't even care. Like I do this as an outlet because it's fun. And I enjoy talking to you guys. Yeah, I would love to get more subscribers. But, I know it's not going to happen overnight. So yeah. I guess I just want to talk about a little bit about everything. I don't know. I'm very random-minded. You'll come to find that out, like, with my YouTube's videos. They'll probably get more random. I think next week I'll talk about dragons and fantasy races for the hell of it. So yeah, that's my vlog for this week. Sorry it got so off topic. But, like, the main thing is, I guess, don't let anybody get you down, Do try and achieve your dreams. And as for like the story and lore and world, make sure they all kind of fit together in a nice little like this. They fit. Because if they don't fit like this, then it's not gonna work. If they only fit like this, it's not gonna work. Okay. All right. If they kind of like go like this, it's not gonna work. They gotta go like that. All right. They gotta fit real good together. All right. But other than that, like I said, if you guys want me to talk about a subject, let me know, and I will talk about it. It might be really random. But yeah. So that's really all I have for this week. And I will see you guys next time.